Your Denver Broncos just gained a quiet but meaningful advantage heading into Sunday. And it couldn't have come at a better time. This move wasn't flashy, but it was smart, intentional, and exactly what this team needs in a game that could shape the rest of the season. Because make no mistake, this matchup against the Houston Texans is massive. For both teams, everything is on the line. Playoff positioning. Momentum. Identity. Confidence. This isn't just another regular season game, this is a statement game. But before we break it all down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. And of course, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Now, let's get into the heart of this. Right now, the Broncos sit in a position where a win puts them on the doorstep of the playoffs. If Denver pulls this off, their postseason odds skyrocket close to 90%. That's nearly a lock. But a loss drops them down to the mid-60s. Not catastrophic, but in a crowded AFC, every inch matters. Houston is fighting just as hard. A win keeps their hopes alive. A loss puts them in a deep hole with little room to climb out. They're treating this game like it is the playoffs. And honestly, Denver should too. But here's the thing fans know all too well, Broncos historically struggle in early road games going east. It's been a frustrating trend for years, but not anymore. Sean Payton has already flipped that narrative. And this week, he has another hidden advantage, the timing of the daylight saving schedule shift. The players naturally get that extra hour of rest. Their internal clock stays aligned. Instead of feeling like they're kicking off at breakfast time, it feels like a normal practice rhythm. It's subtle. It's overlooked. But in the NFL, margins matter. And then there's the roster move. With Nate Atkins dealing with a knee injury, but not placed on IR, Denver needed a true blocking tight end to replace that physical edge presence. They found it in Marcedes Lewis. Yes, he's 41. And sure, opposing fanbases are already laughing. But if you know football, not headlines, you know exactly why this move matters. Lewis is still one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. He brings leadership, physicality, and discipline. Sean Payton loves players who can do their job, play smart, and elevate the run game. He was signed to the practice squad for now, but Payton is the master of strategic call-ups. Expect to see Lewis activated and contributing in these next few games. He fills a role. A real need. And he fits the identity of this rising Broncos team: tough, smart, unselfish, relentless. Don't be surprised if Marcedes Lewis is on the field right away against Houston, and not just as a depth piece, but as a starter in certain run packages. Then again versus the Raiders. And again versus the Chiefs. The goal is simple: hold things down until Nate Atkins returns after the bye. So why bring in a 41-year-old tight end? Because this move isn't about flashy stats. It's about identity. Everyone knows tight end production in the passing game drops drastically after age 35. That's not the point here. Lewis isn't being asked to run down the seam or be a red zone mismatch. He told the world himself last year, "I'm here to abuse defenders at the point of attack. Run game. Pass protection. That's where I live." And that is exactly why Sean Payton wanted him. Payton even joked that Lewis could probably block the edge at 50 years old. Some analysts, and even former players, have called him the best blocking tight end in NFL history. That's not hype. That's film. From 2021 through 2024, he didn't just play every game, he played into the postseason as one of the league's most reliable physical blockers. He understands structure, leverage, angles. And he brings a presence that young locker rooms latch onto. The moment Denver called, he dropped what he was doing, got on a plane, showed up, and, according to Payton, arrived in tremendous shape and ready to go. That's a veteran who knows how to take care of his body and stay prepared. And if you turn on the tape, you see the impact instantly. Lewis isn't out here dancing with defenders. He moves them. He erases the edge. He takes on high-level pass rushers like Kayvon Thibodeau and holds the pocket clean. He sets the edge in the run game against powerful veterans like Brandon Phillips and doesn't give up ground. There are very few tight ends in today's NFL who can handle an edge rusher one-on-one like that, but Lewis can. This is about tone setting. About finishing games with physicality. About giving your offense a bully when the moment gets heavy. And he brings something else, something you can't coach: respect. Leadership. Presence. The locker room already calls him Unc, not as a joke, but as acknowledgement. He's someone you follow. Someone who's been where you want to go. Someone who knows how to win physical football games in December and January. And right now? That's exactly the kind of edge the Broncos are building. When the news broke, social media lit up. Broncos fans, NFL veterans, analysts, they all showed love for Marcedes Lewis. There's a reason for that. He's respected everywhere he's been. He brings maturity, toughness, and steady leadership. And the best part? If things don't work out, the risk is almost zero. This is a high-upside move with virtually no downside. Now, let's shift to the status of our roster. Outside of a few players who didn't practice, Patrick Surtain II, Marvin Mims Jr., and Nate Atkins, the Broncos are in one of the healthiest positions in the league right now. And yes, missing Surtain sounds huge, because he's one of the best defensive players in football, but the medical outlook is far more optimistic than people think. He's expected back sooner rather than later. As for Marvin Mims Jr., there's a strong chance he pushes to play this week. This game means something personal to him. It's in his hometown, with family in the stands. Competitors don't walk away from moments like that. If the concussion symptoms clear, expect him to be out there, locked in and ready. And of course, Marcedes Lewis was a full participant, which means he is not here to watch, he is here to play. Now let's talk about the matchup itself. The Texans are a dangerous young team, but they are not the same version we faced the last time. And neither are the Broncos. Back then, Denver was still searching for rhythm, identity, and consistency on offense. They were right there, first and goal, one possession away from taking that game in the closing moments. Today? This team is sharper. Healthier. More disciplined. More confident. The run game has structure. The offensive line is playing with edge. The receiving group has expanded. Young players have stepped forward. The coaching has tightened. And the defense, led by Surtain when healthy, has rediscovered its pride. The Broncos are not just surviving anymore. They are building something. And Sunday is another step in proving exactly who they are becoming. The Broncos' offense today is nothing like it was the last time these two teams met. The rhythm is better. The play calling is sharper. The execution is confident. And defensively, under Vance Joseph, this unit has grown into a group that plays fast, disciplined, and opportunistic football. That matters in a game like this. Now, when you look at the Texans on paper, their defensive stats can make them look like one of the top units in the league. But context matters. Their schedule lately has been far lighter than what Denver has battled through. Meanwhile, the Broncos have earned every inch of progress by facing playoff-level teams, traveling tough stretches, and winning physical games. This matchup is where you find out what's real. And in the trenches? Denver has the advantage. The Broncos' front seven is the best defensive front Houston has seen all season. And the Texans' offensive line has struggled, not just occasionally, but consistently. Pressure has gotten to C.J. Stroud in multiple games, and when you combine that with Denver's ability to disguise pressures and bring heat off the edge, this is exactly the kind of matchup that can swing momentum fast. Expect the Broncos to attack that protection. Expect them to set the tone early. Expect mistakes to be forced. And there's more good news, the timing of the bye week is lining up perfectly for Patrick Surtain-Tu's return. The fact that he was not placed on injured reserve speaks volumes. It means the team expects him back soon. Reports around the league support that. Even Surtain himself has hinted that he'll be back quicker than people think. And when he returns, Denver regains one of the most complete lockdown corners in football. A healthy Surtain changes everything. He shifts coverage. He shrinks passing windows. He forces hesitation. And hesitation is deadly when your defensive front is already applying pressure. This game is going to come down to physicality, discipline, and patience. And right now, the Broncos are playing with a level of confidence and identity that feels earned, not forced. They aren't just trying to win games. They are learning how to control them. Belief rising in Denver. The Denver Broncos are standing on the edge of something massive. If this team can take these next two games, against the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders, two teams that do not intimidate us for a second, then everything changes. Because after those two matchups comes the one that could shift the entire AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs. And if the Broncos win that game, they don't just compete for the AFC West. They run away with it. Before we go any further, if you bleed orange and blue, make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you never miss a Broncos update. This community is built by the fans, and you are a part of it. Now, back to business. These next 3 weeks are season-defining. And this team knows it. Reinforcements arriving. The Broncos are getting help, and at the perfect time. Mercedes Lewis, the veteran presence, the blocker, the leader, is exactly what this offense needed. He fits Sean Payton's system like a glove, and his impact will be felt immediately in the run game and the red zone. Even the timing works in our favor, the travel schedule, the rhythm, the preparation, everything is lining up. The offensive surge. Let's talk about the part everyone counted out early, the offense. If you look at the efficiency metrics, if you look at EPA, if you look at where this offense ranks among the league, Denver is moving up and doing it fast. And here's the shocking part, right now, the Broncos offense is sitting right behind teams like Indianapolis, Kansas City, Green Bay, Buffalo, New England, Detroit, Philadelphia. That's elite company, and this is happening despite facing some of the toughest defenses in the league. The Payton playbook effect. We have seen this before. Sean Payton's system is not something that clicks overnight. The playbook is deep, layered, complex, like a playbook version of a massive novel. And just like last season with Bo Nix, he gets better as the year progresses. We are watching the same upward climb again. Except this time, we are already ahead of schedule. This offense isn't just improving. It's evolving. The road ahead. The Broncos are going to Houston, and they are going there to win. After that, it's Vegas, and then the showdown with Kansas City. This is where belief turns into momentum, momentum turns into dominance, and dominance turns into ownership of the AFC West. Broncos Country. This is the moment. We've come too far to back down now. Ball. Don't lie.